All right. So today we are going to go over the Michigan State Disbursement Unit website, or MISDU. So this past week, I was helping out a client who was having issues with how they were going to get their payments. So they have a support order. We've started collecting that support, and they wanted to know how to get those payments either through direct deposit or through their debit card. And so that's not something that the front of the court handles, but that's something that the Michigan State Disbursement Unit handles. So the Michigan State Disbursement Unit is where all of the money, all of the payments for the entire state of Michigan funnel through the Michigan State Disbursement Unit. They're the ones who process the payments, and they're the ones who then distribute and disperse that money to the families who are receiving that support. They're also who is responsible for debit cards for people who are receiving support, and they're also responsible for setting up direct deposit for those people who are receiving support. And it also has all sorts of ways for people who are paying support to be able to pay support. So today we're going to go through their website, and we're going to highlight a few of the different options that are available for anyone who has a child support case in the state of Michigan. Okay, so now you can see our website here that we're looking at today, which is the Michigan State Disbursement Unit, www.misdu.com. Okay, so a couple of things right here on the main page that are worth pointing out. First, there is a live chat feature down in the bottom right-hand corner there. So if you were to click that, then you would be able to chat with somebody who is on the Michigan State Disbursement Unit team. So that's a new feature that's incredibly valuable. Right here, if you're not really sure what you want to do, you could hit I'm a parent or I'm an employer, depending on who you are and why you're going to the website. Up here is a link to the My Child Support website, and the My Child Support website, which we've talked about before, is incredibly valuable because you can chat with FOC workers across the state. You can get payment history. You can get alerts when certain things happen on your case, like a payment is due or a payment has been received. You can get text message alerts. You can get email alerts, all sorts of really useful tools. So this is the link right there to get to My Child Support. This is the customer service link, which is going to be able to take you to 24. It's going to also provide you yet another link for that 24-hour access to My Child Support. You can also get your child support case information by calling 24 hours a day to the IVR or interactive voice response. And then there are FAQs here as well. If you scroll down, you'll be able to put down information if you have an online inquiry, and those will go to Michigan State Disbursement Unit staff. So I'm going to go back to the main page here. So a few different things that are really useful as it relates to the Michigan State Disbursement Unit website that I want to kind of point attention to. So first, if you're making a payment, you can go here. And if you're an individual, then you'll be able to kind of look to see your payment options. So you can see here you can just make a individual one-time payment through Pay Near Me, or you can make regular payments through Expert Pay, or you want to scroll down here. Super valuable. You can see all of the different options you have for making a payment. So you can do this through, you can make a bank debit. So meaning that, money can be taken out of your bank account every single month. You can do a credit or debit card using any of these major credit cards. There's a 2.5% service provider fee for that. This is through MISDU. Or you can do PayPal, 2.95 of total payment. You'll notice on the bank debit, there's a one-time transaction fee of $2.50, and then there's 0 transaction fees after that. So once you get that set up, no transaction fee for that to have the automatic withdrawal from a bank account. Also, some other options here. You can use these credit or debit cards through Pay Near Me for a 2.5% fee. Pay Near Me also has Google Pay, Apple Pay, and also allows for cash payments at Family Dollar, CVS, Casey's, 7-Eleven, and Walmart, or you can make cash payments at Walmart, Kroger, or CVS through MoneyGram, and then finally you can send checks to MISDU to this mail box here, this P.O. Box 30351, Lansing, Michigan 48909. So once again, just goes over all the different payment options you have available. If you wanted to do, say, an expert pay type credit card payment, you'd be able to click here, make a payment, and it's going to take you over to Expert Pay, where you can register to be an Expert Pay user and which will create a username and a user ID and password, and then you'll be able to make those payments as well. There's also a mobile app for Expert Pay that you can download here. So lots of options as it relates to being able to pay support. And I'll show you what it looks like if you hit the make a one-time payment through Pay Near Me. And here you go. Got some different options here, some information you need to fill out here to be able to do that. Last four digits of the payer's Social Security number, your docket number, which is going to be your case number that starts with a year. So that's going to be something along the lines of like 2020 917531. Those are made up numbers, but as an example, it's usually going to be 6 numbers there, and then it's going to end in like DPDS, something along those lines. Okay, so that's almost always going to be in the top right hand corner of your last court order that you've received. That's what's going to be there. So that's where you'll be able to find that. If you're unsure about your docket number or where to find it or how to read a court order, check out our video on uniform child support orders, and you'll be able to see where you can gather that information on the uniform child support order. Payer on the case's zip code, first name, last name, and then email or mobile number. So again, once you set that up, then you'll be able to set up your account there through Pay Near Me. Okay, so those are some of the options. Obviously, we've gone over all of these options here for making a payment online. If you do click the cash payment, then you'll be able to set up an account with MoneyGram or Pay Near Me for making those cash payments. And remember, where can you make those cash payments? If you weren't sure, you can hit over here, make a payment, individual payment, and then you can go down here and remember, oh yeah, cash payment through Pay Near Me is available at Family Dollar, CVS, Casey's, 7-Eleven, Walmart, and MoneyGram's available at Walmart, Kroger, and CVS. So again, just lots of different ways for being able to make payments. The other thing that is great about MISDU is for those people who are receiving payments. You can also find the different ways that are available for receiving a payment. So it can be sent electronically either through a direct deposit or through a Way2Go prepaid MasterCard. So what's going to happen with the Way2Go prepaid MasterCard is that you're going to get a debit card from a company called Way2Go, and then all of the support payments will go there, and then that can be used anywhere that you'll be able to use a MasterCard debit card. So for different reasons, people choose different ways. So we'll go over actually both of them today, just to take a look at the forms and the information that you're going to need. So important information here worth reading through and making sure that we're aware of. The direct deposit will go into a checking or savings account. In the direct deposit to a child support debit card is the Way2Go card. The first payment that you'll receive will be a check, but after that, you're going to need to set up either the direct deposit or the Way2Go. And if you don't set up direct deposit, then the Way2Go card is automatically going to be what's going to be set up. Okay, so those are your two options as it relates to how you're going to receive your payments. So if you want to do direct deposit, you can actually either download that form and then you can fax it in or mail it in to the MISDU, or If you're already on the website, hopefully this will be the easier path, is to fill out the form online. So if you click that and you need to complete the form online, it's going to fill out, it'll get you to this direct deposit application where you'll need to put your name, your date of birth, your social security number, your phone number, and email. As you can see by the little red asterisks, all of those are required to be able to fill out the direct deposit application. And then here it says that case number, docket number. Remember, the docket number is the one that is going to start with a year, and which is usually the year that the case was filed, and then it will have 6 numbers after that. And on your paperwork, it'll usually end in like a DM, DS, DP, DC, something along those lines. For purposes of MISDU, they're looking for the 10 digits. So the first 4 is going to be the year, and then the following 6 are going to be the numbers assigned by the court. So that's going to look like something along. Let's just fill this out for everybody's benefit. We'll do a little So there you go, kind of what that looks like. And yes, that is the friend of the court's number and our email address if you ever need to send anything to us. Those are both good numbers there. And then, for example, that's going to be what they're going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for that 10-digit docket number. Okay. And then down here, you're going to need to put in your bank number. So, or something along those lines. You put in whatever bank you're working with, wherever that might be. And then you're going to be able to put in the saving, whether that type of account is a savings account or a checking account, put that information here. And then you put the bank routing number here, and you confirm the routing number. Then you put the bank account number, and you confirm the account number. And if you're like me and can never remember which one is the routing number and which one is the account number, they've actually helped you out here and by putting that information here where the routing number is there and where you can find the account number on your check. So if you've got a paper check, you'll be able to find that information there. If you don't have paper checks, then reach out to your bank and banking institution, and they will give you your routing number and your account number so that you can plug this information in here. And it is being confirmed, so you're going to put the same information in there twice. I'm not going to read this whole section, but I highly recommend that you do read through all of the fine print, because what you're doing here is you're doing an electronic signature to make sure that this is how you want to receive your payments moving forward and how all the money is going to be deposited as you move forward. So you're going to want to authorize, confirm you're not a robot, and then submit moving forward. And so that is the process for doing the direct deposit application online. If you wanted to do the direct deposit form by filling it out, you could click that and you could click download form, and it's going to pull up the form, and it's going to ask you for all the same information that was on that that other electronic form, except for here they're going to want you to write void on an unused check and attach that when you send that in. The other difference is that they're asking for you to put your county number here, okay, so, or your what county has your case. So if you have a Genesee County case, putting that there, and then again you would be signing that, dating that document, and then you mail or fax that form to the Michigan State Disbursement Unit. Okay, so that's direct deposit. The other option, the one that's kind of the default, is Way to Go card. So here you go on the Way to Go card, looking for almost all the same information, except for not looking for the whether the checking account or routing number or account number information. Not needed because you're not going that route, but otherwise all the same information is here that you'd be looking for on the debit card form. Once again, your case number is going to be able to be found in the top right corner of your last court order. So that's kind of how it works, getting your direct deposit application or your debit card form filled out. One of the things that's another thing that's available here on this website is just going over to the forms section, and you'll be able to see all of the different forms that you have available here. You have the direct deposit application that we just went over, the debit card form that we just went over. You can also do your change of address form here. You can get payment coupons here, and there's forms for employers as well. Once you get a way to go card, there's going to be a number that's going to be available to answer any questions that are related to way to go. That number is 844-649-9843, and that's as of July of 2022. That's a good number to be able to call if you have any way to go card issues. You'll also get other information when you get your way to go card in the mail. You'll get that information as well. You'll notice that when we were at the receiving payment information and we were at the way to go card, it is asking for you to submit a change of address form if you do need to do that. It's very important that your address is always up to date with both the friend of the court and the Michigan State Disbursement Unit, because if we ever have a situation where there's a bad address, then what can happen is that money can be placed on hold waiting for that address issue to be resolved. So very important that we always keep our address up to date, both for those folks who are paying support and also for those who are receiving support. So that's the Michigan State Disbursement Unit website in a nutshell. Just wanted to kind of go over some of the options available on the Michigan State Disbursement website and how to be able to get set up to start receiving payments or to start making payments. And there's lots of different options available on making payments, and basically two ways to receive payments, and that is direct deposit or the debit card. If you ever have any questions about the services available through the Genesee County Friend of the Court, please feel free to reach out to us. We're here to serve.